Hey everyone, before we dive into this critical information that could literally keep you and your family safe during the upcoming blackout event, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. You do not want to miss what I'm about to share with you today because time is running out and the supplies I'm going to mention are already starting to disappear from shelves across the country. So here's what we know. Multiple sources are indicating that a significant power grid event is expected to occur around the 1st of April. Now, whether this is due to infrastructure upgrades, solar activity, or other factors, the reality is that you need to be prepared right now. Not next week, not in a few days, but today. Let's get straight into the essential supplies you need to stockpile immediately. First up, water. This is the hands down your number one priority. When the power goes out, water treatment facilities stop working. Pumps stop pumping. That water coming out of your tap right now could stop flowing within hours of a blackout. You need at least 1 gallon of water per person per day, and you should be planning for a minimum of 2 weeks. That means a family of 4 needs 56 gallons of water at minimum. Don't just grab a couple of cases of bottled water and think you're done. Get those 5-gallon jugs, fill up your bathtubs before the event, grab every container you can find and fill them up. Water purification tablets are already selling out in many areas, so grab those too. You can also get a quality water filter like a Berkey or Life Straw. These aren't just for camping anymore, folks. These are survival essentials. Next, let's talk about food that doesn't require cooking. This is crucial because you might not have the ability to cook safely during a blackout. Stock up on canned goods like beans, vegetables, soups, and meats. Grab peanut butter. It's calorie dense and lasts forever. Get crackers, protein bars, nuts, dried fruits, and don't forget about baby food if you have little ones. You want foods that are ready to eat right out of the package or can be eaten cold. A manual can opener is absolutely essential because your electric one won't work. I've seen people stockpile hundreds of cans and then realize they have no way to open them. Don't make that mistake. Pick up several manual can openers and stash them in different locations. Now, let's discuss lighting. Candles are okay, but they're actually pretty dangerous and they don't provide great light. What you really need are LED lanterns and flashlights. Stock up on batteries like your life depends on it because it might. Get various sizes, AA, AAA, D batteries, whatever your devices need. Better yet, invest in rechargeable batteries and a solar charger so you can keep them powered indefinitely. Headlamps are incredibly useful because they keep your hands free. Glow sticks are great for kids and they're safe. And here's a pro tip. Grab some solar-powered garden lights. During the day, put them outside to charge, then bring them inside at night for safe lighting. They won't light up a whole room, but they provide enough light to navigate safely. Heat and cooling might be necessary depending on where you live and what time of year this event occurs. Since we're talking about early April, many places could still be quite cold at night. If you have a fireplace, stock up on firewood now. Prices are already climbing and supplies are getting limited. If you don't have a fireplace, get some indoor safe propane heaters and plenty of propane canisters. Make sure they're rated for indoor use because carbon monoxide poisoning is a real danger. Have a carbon monoxide detector with battery backup. Thermal blankets, sleeping bags rated for cold weather, and warm clothing are essential. Layer up with thermals, wool socks, hats, and gloves. Remember, you can always add layers, but if you don't have them, you can't stay warm. Communication devices are critical during any emergency. Your cell phone probably won't work without power to the towers, but having a battery bank or solar charger to keep it powered is still important. Get a hand crank emergency radio that can receive NOAA weather alerts and AM/FM stations. These radios often have built-in flashlights and phone charging capabilities. A CB radio or ham radio setup could be invaluable for local communication. Walkie-talkies with a good range can help you stay in touch with family members or neighbors. Don't forget to write down important phone numbers because we all rely on our phones to remember them now. Keep a physical list of emergency contacts. Medical supplies and medications need to be at the top of your list. Go through your medicine cabinet right now and make a list of everything you take regularly. Get those prescriptions filled early and ask your doctor for emergency refills if possible. Stock up on over-the-counter medications like pain relievers, fever reducers, antidiarrheals, antihistamines, and anything else you use regularly. A comprehensive first aid kit is essential, and I'm not talking about those little plastic boxes with a few bandages. You need gauze, medical tape, antiseptic, antibiotic ointment, scissors, tweezers, instant cold packs, elastic bandages, and more. If someone in your family has special medical needs like insulin that requires refrigeration, you need to plan for that now. Look into cooling packs and insulated containers that can keep medications at proper temperatures. Sanitation supplies are something most people completely overlook until it's too late. When the power goes out, your toilet might still flush for a while using the water in the tank, but eventually that stops too. You need heavy-duty garbage bags, 5-gallon buckets, and kitty litter or sawdust to create emergency toilets. Stock up on toilet paper, wet wipes, hand sanitizer, soap, feminine hygiene products, and diapers if needed. Bleach is incredibly valuable for sanitizing surfaces and can be used to purify water in emergencies. Get rubber gloves, paper towels, and garbage bags in various sizes. Disease spreads quickly in unsanitary conditions, so having these supplies could literally save lives. Power generation and fuel should be on your radar if at all possible. A generator can be a lifesaver, but only if you have fuel to run it. Gas stations can't pump gas without electricity, so fill up your vehicles now and fill some gas cans too. Stabilizers should be added to stored gasoline to keep it fresh. If you're getting a generator, make sure you know how to use it safely. They must be run outside. Never in a garage or basement because the carbon monoxide will kill you. Solar generators and power stations are becoming more popular and they're safer for indoor use. They're expensive, but they can charge devices and run small appliances indefinitely as long as you have sunlight. Car chargers for your devices are useful too, since you can charge from your vehicle battery. Cooking alternatives are necessary because your electric stove and microwave won't work. A camp stove with plenty of fuel canisters is essential. You can cook full meals on these, and they're relatively safe when used properly with ventilation. A charcoal grill or propane grill works great, but needs to be used outside only. Stock up on the appropriate fuel, whether that's propane tanks or charcoal and lighter fluid. Don't forget matches and lighters. Get several of each and keep them dry. A Dutch oven can be used over an open fire if you have a safe place to build one. Learn how to use these cooking methods before the emergency happens. The middle of a blackout is not the time to figure out how your camp stove works. Personal safety and security items are unfortunately necessary during extended emergencies. When the lights go out and law enforcement is stretched thin, crime often increases. Make sure your home security is solid with good locks on all doors and windows. Security bars or dowels for sliding doors and windows add extra protection. Motion sensor lights won't work without power, but battery-operated motion alarms can alert you to someone approaching. A loud whistle can call for help or scare off intruders. Keep curtains and blinds closed so people can't see inside your home or spot your supplies. If you're in an area where it's legal and you're trained, consider appropriate self-defense tools. Even just a baseball bat or heavy flashlight by your bed provides some protection. The goal is to avoid confrontation entirely by not advertising what you have. Financial preparation is often completely ignored, but it's crucial. ATMs don't work without power and banks will be closed. Credit card readers won't function. You need cash on hand in small bills. Get 1s, 5s, 10s, and 20s. If you only have $100 bills, nobody will be able to make change. Aim for at least a few $100s in cash, more if possible. Keep it secure and hidden in your home. Silver coins or other barter items might become useful in an extended crisis. Think about what you have that others might need and what you might need to trade for. Cigarettes, alcohol, coffee, batteries, and lighters are classic barter items even if you don't use them yourself. Important documents need to be gathered and protected. Make copies of identification cards, passports, birth certificates, insurance policies, medical records, and financial documents. Keep them in a waterproof, fireproof container or bag. Having these documents could be critical for getting assistance or proving ownership or identity after an emergency. Take photos of valuable items in your home for insurance purposes. Write down account numbers and important information because you won't be able to access it online. A USB drive with digital copies is good, but also have physical paper copies as backup. Entertainment and morale items might seem frivolous, but they're actually really important, especially if you have kids. Being in the dark with nothing to do creates anxiety and fear. Stock up on books, board games, playing cards, puzzles, coloring books and crayons, and anything else that doesn't require electricity. These items keep minds occupied and spirits up. A guitar or harmonica, knitting supplies, or other hobbies can help pass the time. Comfort foods like chocolate, candy, or special treats can provide a huge morale boost during stressful times. Don't underestimate the psychological aspect of emergency preparedness. Pet supplies are critical if you have animals. Your pets depend on you completely. Stock up on pet food at least 2 weeks worth, but more is better. Don't forget any medications your pets need. Extra litter for cats, pee pads for dogs, and waste bags are necessary. Make sure you have leashes, carriers, and comfort items like favorite toys or blankets. Your pets will be stressed too, and familiar items help calm them. If you have livestock or farm animals, you need to plan for their feed, water, and shelter as well. Tools and miscellaneous supplies round out your preparations. A good multi-tool or Swiss Army knife is invaluable. Duct tape and zip ties can fix or secure almost anything. Rope, tarp, and plastic sheeting have countless uses. A shovel, axe, and saw might be needed. Work gloves protect your hands. A fire extinguisher is essential safety equipment. Aluminum foil can be used for cooking. Plastic wrap and food storage bags help preserve food. A manual egg beater, coffee grinder, and other non-electric kitchen tools let you prepare food normally. Sewing kit for repairs, super glue and various fasteners. The list could go on forever. But think about your daily life and what you use that requires power. Then find non-electric alternatives. Now let's talk about what you should do right now, today, before this event occurs. First, make a detailed inventory of what you already have. Don't go out and buy duplicates of things you already own. Check expiration dates on food, medications, and batteries. Rotate old stock and replace it with fresh supplies. Second, prioritize your purchases based on your specific situation. A family with an infant has different needs than a single person or elderly couple. Someone with medical conditions needs to focus on medications and medical supplies. Think about your unique circumstances. Third, don't go into debt preparing. Buy what you can afford and focus on the essentials first. Water, food, light, heat, and medicine come before entertainment and comfort items. Fourth, talk to your family about the plan. Everyone needs to know where supplies are stored and how to use them safely. Practice using your camp stove, emergency radio, and other equipment. Do a trial run where you turn off your power for an evening and see what issues come up. Fifth, connect with neighbors and community members. You don't have to tell them everything you have, but knowing who's around and having a general mutual aid agreement makes everyone safer. Maybe one person has a generator, another has medical training, another has a large food stockpile. Working together increases everyone's chances. Sixth, prepare your home physically. Clear gutters and drains in case of storms. Trim trees that could fall on power lines or your house. Secure loose items outside that could become projectiles in high winds. Make sure your roof is in good shape. Check that your sump pump has battery backup if you have a basement that floods. Insulate pipes that could freeze if heat is lost. Small preventive actions now can prevent major problems during the emergency. Seventh, fill up your vehicles with gas and keep them at least half full from now until after the event passes. Your car can serve as a charging station, heat source, and emergency shelter if needed. Make sure you have emergency supplies in your vehicle too, in case you're away from home when the blackout occurs. Eighth, withdraw cash from the bank this week. Cash. Don't wait until the last minute when everyone else has the same idea. Banks could run out of cash or close early if they see a rush coming. Ninth, do a major grocery shopping trip and meal prep. Cook food that's currently in your freezer and either eat it or preserve it before the power goes out. A full freezer stays cold longer than an empty one, so if you have room, fill containers with water and freeze them. These ice blocks will help keep food cold longer and then provide drinking water as they melt. 10th, charge every rechargeable device you own before the event. Laptops, tablets, phones, battery banks, power tools, everything. Start with full charges. 11th, prepare a specific emergency kit that's separate from your general supplies. This grab-and-go bag should have essentials to last 72 hours in case you need to evacuate. Include water, food, first aid, flashlight, radio, copies of documents, medications, and change of clothes. 12th, establish a communication plan with family members who don't live with you. Designate an out-of-area contact person everyone can check in with. Text messages often go through when calls don't, so try texting first. Decide on meeting locations if you get separated. Here's the thing that a lot of people miss. Mental preparation is just as important as physical supplies. Emergencies are stressful and fear can lead to poor decisions. Accept right now that this event is likely to happen and that you're taking steps to handle it. Stay calm and think through scenarios ahead of time. What will you do if it lasts longer than expected? What if someone gets injured? What if civil unrest breaks out? You don't have to have perfect answers, but thinking through possibilities helps you react better in the moment. Stay informed, but don't obsess over every rumor and theory flying around online. Stick to reliable sources for information. Monitor official emergency management channels and local news. But also understand that official sources sometimes downplay situations to prevent panic. Trust your instincts. If something feels off, it probably is. It's better to be over-prepared and have nothing happen than to be caught without essentials when crisis strikes. One more critical point. Operational security means not broadcasting your preparations. Don't post on social media about your stockpile. Don't tell casual acquaintances or coworkers what you have. When desperate, people do desperate things, and you don't want to become a target. Help others by sharing information about how to prepare, but keep your specific supplies private. The gray man concept applies here. Blend in and don't draw attention. If you're watching this video and feeling overwhelmed, take a breath. You don't have to do everything perfectly or all at once. Start with water today. Get several cases of bottled water or fill some containers from your tap. Tomorrow, focus on food. The next day, work on lighting. Breaking it down into manageable steps makes it less daunting. Something is always better than nothing. Even if you only have 3 days of supplies instead of 2 weeks, that's 3 days you can stay safe and comfortable. For those who think this is fear-mongering or conspiracy theory, consider this. Emergency preparedness is always worthwhile regardless of whether this specific event occurs. Natural disasters happen regularly. Hurricanes, tornadoes, earthquakes, floods, ice storms, all of these cause power outages. The supplies I've discussed will serve you well in any emergency. There's literally no downside to being prepared except the initial cost and effort, both of which pale in comparison to the security and peace of mind you gain. The time to act is now. We're not talking about months or years away. We're talking about the 1st of April, which is coming up fast. Supplies are already getting harder to find in many areas. Prices are increasing due to demand. Shipping delays mean online orders might not arrive in time. You need to get to stores today or tomorrow and start acquiring these items. Make your list, check it twice, and get moving. Your future self will thank you for taking action now rather than wishing you had when it's too late. To recap what we've covered, you need to think about this holistically. Your survival during a blackout isn't about just 1 or 2 items. It's about a complete system. Water keeps you alive. Food keeps your energy up. Light allows you to function safely. Heat protects you from the elements. Medicine maintains your health. Sanitation prevents disease. Communication keeps you informed and connected. Security protects your family and your supplies. This isn't a random list of stuff, it's a comprehensive approach to self-sufficiency when modern infrastructure fails. Now, the psychology of preparedness is something worth understanding too. When you take concrete actions to prepare, you naturally feel less anxious. Anxiety comes from feeling helpless and out of control. Every can you stack, every battery you purchase, every gallon of water you store is an action that gives you back a sense of agency. You're not sitting passively waiting for disaster. You're actively taking steps to protect yourself and those you care about. That mental shift alone is worth the effort and expense. Think about your daily life right now. You wake up, turn on lights, take a shower with hot water, make coffee or tea. Check your phone, drive to work, go through your day relying on electricity and supply chains for everything. A blackout doesn't just mean no lights. It means the entire infrastructure you depend on stops working. Grocery stores close, gas pumps don't work. Hospitals operate on emergency power only. Banks shut down, offices close, water treatment facilities can't operate. When you really think about how dependent we are on electricity, you understand why preparation is so critical. The good news is that you're in control of your own preparedness. You don't have to wait for the government to help you or for emergency services to rescue you. You can take action right now, today, to improve your situation dramatically. Every single person watching this video has the power to make a difference in their family's survival and comfort during an extended blackout. You have agency. You have options. You have time, at least for now. Consider also that preparing for this potential April event is preparing for any emergency. If this specific blackout doesn't happen, you still benefit from your preparations. You have emergency supplies on hand for any crisis. You have cash available for unexpected expenses. You have knowledge about how to live without electricity. You have a communication plan with your family. You have medical supplies and first aid knowledge. Every single thing you do to prepare for this event makes you more resilient and better equipped to handle whatever life throws at you. The financial aspect deserves one more mention because many people stress about cost. But think about it this way. If you spend $500 building your emergency supplies and nothing happens, you still have supplies you can use and rotate into your normal consumption. That $500 isn't gone, it's just stored differently. Compare that to the cost of losing your home or business in a disaster, or having family members suffer because you weren't prepared. The cost-benefit analysis is overwhelmingly in favor of preparation. Start thinking about your supplies not as a one-time purchase, but as an ongoing practice. Every time you go to the grocery store, buy one extra can of something. Every time you buy batteries for something, buy extras. Every time you fill your gas tank, think about topping off a fuel container. This gradual approach to stockpiling is less expensive and less overwhelming than trying to do everything at once. Within a few months, you'll have substantial supplies without feeling like you've broken the bank or gone crazy preparing. Document what you purchase and where you store it. Create a simple spreadsheet or written list showing what you have, quantities, and expiration dates. Keep this list updated as you add supplies and as you use items. This prevents buying duplicates and helps you rotate stock properly. Old items should be used and replaced with fresh supplies. You don't want to open a can of food after the blackout and find it's been expired for years. Talk to your family members about what might happen and what your plan is. Kids especially need to understand what's going on so they aren't terrified if the lights suddenly go out. Practice your emergency plan once or twice so everyone knows what to do. Where do you gather if you get separated? How do you communicate? What's the plan for staying warm or cool? The more familiar everyone is with the plan before an emergency, much the better everyone handles it when it actually happens. Don't get so caught up in preparing for the worst-case scenario that you forget to enjoy your life in the present. Balance is important. You should prepare thoroughly, yes, but you shouldn't live in constant fear and anxiety. Do your preparations, get your supplies, establish your plans, then live your life. You've done what you can to protect yourself and your family. That's sufficient. Trust in your preparations and move forward. Think about who you might help beyond your immediate family. Do you have elderly parents or relatives who might not have the means to prepare? Could you help them get some supplies? Do you have neighbors who seem vulnerable? Could you share information about preparedness with them? Building community resilience doesn't mean you have to give away your supplies, but it means looking out for others in your sphere of influence. The reality is that whether this April blackout happens or not, having these supplies and knowledge makes you a better steward of your family's well-being. You become someone who thinks ahead, who plans carefully, who takes responsibility for outcomes rather than hoping things work out. These are valuable life skills that benefit you in countless ways beyond emergency preparedness. As we wrap up, remember that you have power right now. Not electrical power, but the power to make decisions and take actions that will protect you and your loved ones. The power to improve your situation. The power to build resilience. The power to face uncertainty with confidence rather than fear. These preparations give you that power. They give you options and choices. They give you hope because you know you're doing something concrete to improve your odds. Everything I've shared with you today comes down to one simple principle. Take care of yourself and your family. Don't depend entirely on systems that might fail. Build backup plans. Acquire resources that don't depend on electricity or supply chains. Develop knowledge and skills that don't become obsolete. Create community connections that provide mutual support. These are the foundations of true security and resilience. I really appreciate you taking the time to watch this entire video and consider these important topics. Whether you implement everything I've suggested, or just a portion of it, you're already ahead of most people who haven't thought about these issues at all. Every step you take matters. Every supply you acquire helps. Every plan you make increases your odds of getting through any emergency successfully. If this information was valuable to you, please take a moment right now to hit that subscribe button. By subscribing, you're notifying YouTube's algorithm that you want more content like this, which helps it reach more people who need this information. Turn on notifications so you don't miss future videos that could be critical for your safety and preparedness. Share this video with friends and family who you think need to see this message. Spreading awareness is one of the most valuable things you can do right now. Thank you again for being here and for taking your own preparedness seriously. The steps you take in the coming days and weeks could quite literally save your life and the lives of people you care about. Stay safe, stay prepared, and I'll see you in the next video.